TK's bringing you that heat. The latest news, gossip, and all that.
Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. I got to play this every time we talk to TK. Yes, my love. Here we go.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land.
I thought we put a little soul into it. All right. So before we went to break, what was your question again? I'm sorry, Krista.
I was basically asking about the whole queen bee because it just confuses me, I guess. And then Kiara found that there's actually a female rapper named Queen Bee. So I always knew Queen Bee to be a Little Kim. And then when I've heard people reference Beyonce as Queen Bee, I'm like, how does that work? Like, does Little Kim get angry that there's another Queen Bee? How does all that work?
So actually, I took the time to actually look it up. So Jasmine Brand actually wrote an article about this back in 2019 because Little Kim was asked about the title. And she pretty much just said, when she first came out, she was in a group, or when that term came out, it was in a group from the song All About the Benjamins, and people adopted that. And she's like, now years later with social media and all that stuff, Beyonce is now, the Queen Bee. Her name is Beyonce. So she doesn't feel any ways towards it. And then if you remember, Beyonce is like, well, we've had the pandemic. So prior to the pandemic, Beyonce and Jay-Z would have all these costume changes for Halloween.
Yeah.
So in 2019, she did dress up as Little Kim and reference like the true Queen Bee. So I think it's just mutual reference.
That's cool. I love that.
That's what you call maturity,
Yes.
mutual respect.
Yes.
I love it.
Sounds like stealing to me.
Yeah.
It sounds like Khalees is right. Beyonce stealing. Mm-hmm. Ooh, she's stealing. All right, okay. All right, what else is going on, TK?
Oh, my goodness. So Shakira, it appears that she is rejecting the plea deal and she's going to trial.
Did you see the prosecutor?
That,
they want her to spend like years in jail.
It's wild.
which I don't think is going to happen, because what's the reason why she's not taking the plea deal is she's saying that between the years of 2012 and 2014, she was mainly residing in the Bahamas.
Right.
And Spain is saying, hey, but you were residing here too, and you owe us 14.5 million euros, which is about 50 million. She actually also paid that already. So she paid the taxes, and that debt is already paid off. So if I were in her position, I would fight it as well. Like, why am I going to plead guilty towards something that I've already paid off? And if she can prove her residency in the Bahamas, then, what's Spain really doing? So she's going to trial. There's no trial date that has been set thus far, but
I wonder if these are just scare tactics, and scare tactics try to force her into submission to signing a deal. But why would you want to threaten her with 8 years in jail? Like, what does that do?
I already have very strong feelings about taxes. I have a lot of them. But one of my worst fears is getting put in jail or something for tax fraud, just because the tax code is so complex, especially as somebody who has my own business and everything now. And I'm sure there are people who are defrauding the system. But even for me, I had to fire my accountant from last year because when I went back and looked at the numbers, I was like, this doesn't add up. Like, you're not doing something correctly. But if you're somebody who's just trusting that your accountant and your money people to handle it, and then you're the person that goes to jail.
Right.
Yeah, they should really. I mean, I understand why the government doesn't create some leeway, because then everybody would just blame the accountant. But there should be at least some wiggle room that if there's an honest mistake or somebody defrauds you. Because I think Steve Harvey talks about how his accountant was stealing his money. He would look over the tax return, sign the check, and the money would come out of his account, but he didn't know that the money wasn't going to the IRS. It was going into his accountant's account.
So messed up. I had an accountant file a form for my business, and then I went to Small Business Association or in California here to handle something, and they were like, oh, you didn't file your taxes. And I said, yes, I did. I pulled them out. They were like, oh, he filed the wrong taxes. Like, he filed as a partnership. You're an LLC. Your taxes haven't been filed. Wow. But that wasn't my fault. I paid him the money to do the thing. So it's just a really scary space, and I really feel bad for Shakira.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. That's what we'll pay your. Well, make. You know what? Just stay on top of everything. I guess that's what you got to do.
What is it? Who was it that said? Was it Oprah? She was like, "I've learned I have to sign all the checks."
Yeah, but even when you sign
Yeah.
it, I mean, I guess you gotta call the IRS and sit on the
Gotta
line
pay
and be like, hey,
attention.
it's just horrible. All right, what else is going on?
Yeah. Well, speaking of people feeling kind of bad, so Will Smith, he released a YouTube video today essentially explaining the infamous slap between him and Chris Rock. He said that he reached out to Chris Rock and his people said that Chris is not ready to speak yet, although it's, I think a video or somebody was saying that Chris Rock did kind of add it to his act in New York recently because he's getting ready to do a world tour.
Yeah.
So the video is about 5 minutes long. He addressed some questions, like people were asking if, the eye roll from Jada caused him to, go over there and slap Chris, and he said no. He said that he's working through his feelings and, he feels, completely horrible about it, but he also doesn't want to get down on himself where he feels completely horrible about what happened, but he also is trying to make sure that he doesn't feel horrible about himself because that will take him lead him into a different path.
Yeah.
So, he's very open and honest and, we'll see what's going to happen with it and his relationship.
Yeah, it's sad, because there are sometimes you do things in life that an apology will not be able to make amends for, and this might be one of them. Because there's, remember when you physically assaulted someone, you embarrass someone on national TV and you tarnish their career, and now they have a kind of like the scarlet letter that they have to kind of live with for the rest of their life. Oh, you got slapped by Will Smith on stage. Not that people feel like people are laughing at him, but they feel more like, who wants to walk around being the guy that got slapped by Will Smith? You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get that out of people's mind. Like, we'll forget about it maybe 10 years down the line,
Maybe.
but it lives online.
Yeah.
So it's sad.
I mean, Doubting Thomas is still called Doubting Thomas, and you only doubted that one time.
Hilarious. What else is going on?
So Tyga released a video that I got to check out the video. It is interesting, but it had the Latin community kind of up in arms. So he went on to Power 106 and talked to American Cholo. And he pretty much just, they broke down how. Did you guys get to see the video at all?
Oh yeah,
I've seen the music video. I haven't seen the. Was he talking with Big or who was he talking?
Yeah.
With? Okay. Yeah.
The music video.
So
the music video is it's a cross between Spanish culture and not really accurate in Mexican culture or Latino culture, or pretty much Mexican culture. And so in the interview, American Cholo's like, okay, well, now that you've kind of learned this stuff and he kind of gave his apology, are you going to take down the video? And Tyga pretty much said, I used my own money to make this video, so he'll consider it. So it has. I just watched it again today just to check, and it hasn't been taken down. And I don't think it is going to be taken down. But yeah, it's
was
very
the Latino community offended by it? Because I saw a video that was done on Prager University where this white guy was wearing a sombrero, sombrero and a poncho, and he went to college campuses, and a lot of kids who were on the college campuses were saying this is offensive, this is cultural appropriation, you're not Latino, you shouldn't be doing this, you don't know where the origins of this come from. Then he goes down to Alvarado Street and asks actual Latino people, are you offended by this? And they said no.
But this is a little different because if you look at the comments in the video, all the Latinos are offended. I went through the YouTube. I didn't see any Latino people we're okay with this.
Those are bots.
No. It was very offensive.
And then also too, with that Prager University Prager U video, if you notice, everybody that he did ask, they were older.
Yeah, they were older.
They all looked like they were over 45, 50. So
maybe it's the younger people.
Right, like we all say that, when we're speaking about the Black community, we're not a monolith. It's the same thing with the Latin community. They're not a monolith. And I did look on the Instagram feed when this story came out, and it was a mix. Some people were upset, some people weren't upset. So it really, it is split down the middle. The question is, will he take it down? And then what I wonder, too, is if the roles were reversed, if there was something that was within our culture, would we be adamant to making this artist take it down?
Let me see. Yeah.
Is it more like
what could somebody do to offend Black people? Let's say, what could a Latin artist do to offend Black people? I guess he could be sitting in a fat suit on a couch, eating a bucket of chicken with a Old English 40 ounce, and I guess every stereotypical hood rat esque type woman, with the dookie braids and the red
The
hair,
long nails,
the long
and
nails.
big door knocker earrings.
Okay, I would kind of get offended by that.
Yeah, a non-black person, we would be like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?"
I would, I would kind of, I see it now. I see it. I would kind of get offended by that if I did see that, because I'm like, what are we doing? Why are you portraying us like that? So okay, I get it.
But
I get it.
Yeah, but it varies because, I mean, we could make something even a little bit more simpler with the N-word, which is not that simple. But
Yeah.
you have a lot of black people who's like, I don't care if they say it. And there's actually a lot of Latinos that do say the N-word.
They took it over.
Right.
Latinos
So,
and white kids took it over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just different things, different cultures. But he did say he paid $250,000 for the video, and I think he said he did mention that he filmed it in Spain, so he didn't have he wasn't consulted. Like there was nobody of the culture around that could consult him. So given the fact he's paid that amount of money for his own video, I don't see him taking it down, but you never know.
All right, TK, the Jasmine brand, and CenterN.co, the website where you can get the Love Daphne collection or the royalty collection of candles, essential oils. You're going to be at Rock the Block, right? Is it Rock the Block? I'm all over the place. At Rock the Block.
No,
Taste Inglewood.
Taste Inglewood.
Oh, okay. So not Rock the Block. Taste Inglewood. That's a few weeks away from here, right? Couple weeks from here.
A week and a half.
Okay, so you're going to be at the Taste of Inglewood, where you can actually see TK in person and buy things from CenterN.co. Anything new with any new collections you got here? Or what do we got going on the website?
Just nothing new per se. We're going to have a lot of our favorite scents. So the vanilla mango body butter, which is really popular. We just added our body oil. So you have the vanilla mango body oil and other different scents, amber lemon, which are pretty popular. So it's the same, body butter, but in an oil form that you can carry around. So yeah, it's pretty. You can use it for everything. Same with the candles.
You got CBD candles. Yeah. Is that? Wow, I didn't know they were making CBD candles.
Yes, CBD candles, 300 milligrams of CBD in there, helps with all the aches and pains. Still, you can use it as massage, so you can still, do a private or self-care session and, help the aches and pains as well.
Oh, and you get free samples? What is this? I can get a free samples on your website?
You have never been on the website? Oh, geez.
Oh, my God.
Well, why do I need to go to the website when I can just go to the source?
Even I've been on the website.
Oh, and I have been on the website. I've ordered from your website before. Stop it.
That is incorrect. But I do want to say one more thing.
Yes.
I actually want to get your feeling on this,
Yeah.
and let me know if you guys talked about it. I'm sure you have, but Nick Cannon and baby number 8. I just want to get you guys' feelings on that.
On
I'm
the
just
baby
curious.
or the relationship, in quotation marks.
The relationship, and because
Okay.
he did release an article. There was a couple articles released over the last couple of days. He had a baby in June, and they released a YouTube video July 25th, with, his 8th baby. And he pretty much, him and Bree pretty much just said, this is our relationship and I see nothing wrong with it. So I'm just kind of curious because the comments are crazy.
Well, if you want a serious relationship, Nick Cannon's not the guy to do it. If you want a baby, if some women want a baby with a father who will be there as much as he possibly can for the kid and support it financially, Nick Cannon is the way to go. If you want to be married, Nick Cannon's probably not the way to go. And the reason I say all of this is because Nick Cannon has created a village of kids that he's going to have to take care of on top of all these different mothers that he's had relationships with in a very short period of time. So Nick Cannon is not the guy that you want to settle down with. And not to say he's not a great guy, not to say that he wouldn't be nice to you and all this. He comes with way too much baggage that he purposely created over time.
And I mean, for me, the part with these other women that's a little confusing. He keeps talking about how much he wants and misses Mariah.
Yeah.
And then a lot of these women, I feel like they kind of favor her, like a little bit racially ambiguous. It almost feels like he's finding
Exotic women?
Yeah, like new Mariahs because he can't have the original.
Hey, TK, did one of these girls work for Power 106 or Morello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, one of them.
What did she
Yeah.
do? Was she like an on-air personality or a producer?
I think she may have been an on-air personality.
She's on air personality. She's also, before she got pregnant, she was a DJ that traveled a lot. She also buys body butter. So,
Yeah.
you know, I can't speak on.
No, don't get too deep in it. That's why I love TK. She's in the mix of everything. You know, in the mix of everything. All right, listen, free shipping over orders of $99 or more, centerin.co. Go there. Like I went to the website and bought before. I purchased from your website before. Okay? See,
Okay.
you don't remember the founding partners, the people who were there from at the get-go when you were just starting. Okay, I got my package and stuff. My house still smells like the. Well, I never got the candle though. I got the shea butter and some sprays. I think I got.
Well, you should get the candle now that you have a girlfriend. Like, use that massage candle.
Everybody's trying to get me to spend money. All right, Kiara, will you order the candles for me? And
I already have a candle.
Oh.
I bought my candle. It's sitting right in my room.
No, when I get paid, okay? I get paid. All right, TK. We'll catch you next Friday. Have a great weekend. Thank you for all the gossip. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. centerin.co. Make sure you go check out that website and free shipping over everything, $99.